beautiful red rock, natural-made, breathtaking arches, the vast Colorado River carving its way through its canyons. These are just some of the things that attract millions of people coming to Utah every year. Today I'll be talking about Delicate Arch, as well as jeeping and other off-roading trails that are available to do while you're in Moab, and other various outdoor activities that you can participate in while you visit Moab. To start off, I'll talk about one of the most familiar spots of Moab, which is Delicate Arch. While doing some research, I found a quote from the National Park Service website, and it says, "In a park with over 2,000 stone arches, this particular freestanding arch has become a widely recognized symbol of the state of Utah, and one of the most famous geological features in the world. The trail to see Delicate Arch up close and personal is 3 miles round trip and climbs 480 feet. Along this steadily uphill trail, you'll also pass the Wolf Ranch cabin and a wall of Ute Indian petroglyphs." That was something that I thought was kind of interesting, because I've hiked this trail multiple times and I've never knew that there was Ute Indian petroglyphs that could be found on the trail. So next time I go, I'll have to look for that. One thing to know about the trail is you want to pack lots of water with you. It's only 3 miles round trip and you only climb 480 feet, but if you do it in the middle of the day, it can get pretty hot and you can get tired pretty quick. So you want to try to beat the heat. Try to go early in the morning or wait till the evening. If you do go in the evening, just know that it will be crowded, because a lot of people like to go up to see the sunset so they can get some really good pictures of the arch. When you get to the arch, it really is breathtaking. It's a really awesome view. You can take pictures of it. You can walk over to it, stand underneath it, and take photos. That's actually where I proposed to my wife a couple of years ago, and I've taken multiple photos of Delicate Arch. This is my favorite photo that I have taken while hiking it. So that's one thing that you can do while you're in Moab. If you don't enjoy hiking, chances are that you will enjoy some of the off-roading trails that Moab has to offer. There's around 80 different trails that you can do, either in a Jeep or any other off-road vehicle that you have. They range from easy, moderate to difficult. Usually your easier trails, you don't have to have 4-wheel drive. They're just 2-wheel drive. It's preferred to like be in a truck or a Jeep or a RZR, just something that has some kind of clearance so you're not hitting the rocks that you're going over. More of the difficult trails, you want to have higher lifted vehicles, or vehicles that can maintain good control while going over difficult obstacles that the trail will have. One of my favorite trails to do while I'm in Moab, it's called Poison Spider. It is rated as a difficult trail, but it's really not all that hard. When you get to the end of the trail, this is an arch that you can actually walk over. This is me and my cousin walking over it. Through that little archway, you can see the Colorado River, and you're up there quite a ways, but it's an awesome view and an awesome opportunity to go up there and to see the scenery that you can see from up there. Another thing with jeeping in Moab, every year there's a thing called the Jeep Safari that they do down there. It's a 9-day event that is held, and it's usually over Easter weekend, and there's over 2,000 participants throughout the world that come out to this event. I did some research on that as well, and while doing the research, it talked about how it all began back in 1967 when the Moab Chamber of Commerce got together and they wanted to create an event that would attract people to coming to Moab, so they started this Jeep safari. And the only trail that they had at the time was a trail called Behind the Rocks. And this is actually me on that trail in my Jeep, going up one of the obstacles that they have on the trail. As it started getting more popular, the Chamber of Commerce, they handed it over to a group called the Red Rock Four Wheelers, and they took hold of it in 1982, and since taking the lead role of setting this event together, it's become a really big event. It's, like I said, it has over 2,000 participants each year. Instead of just one day like it used to be back in the 60s, now it's a 9-day event, and they do over 125 trails throughout Moab and areas around Moab. So if you don't like to do those two activities, there's other activities that you can participate in as well down in Moab. There's skydiving. If you're interested in skydiving, you can see the diverse landscape from the airplane. I personally, I'm not someone that is willing to jump out of a perfectly flying plane. I don't see the sense in that. But if you're into that and getting that adrenaline rush, that's one thing that you can definitely do, is go skydiving. There's also rock climbing. If you enjoy rock climbing, Moab has a ton of different obstacles that you can do, and you can try to test your skills and push yourself to your limits. There's also biking. Most Jeep trails, they're accessible for bikes. If you don't want to bike on a trail where Jeeps are going to be on, there's also designated trails just for biking that you can do. I have plenty of cousins and friends that will go down to Moab just to go biking. There's just a lot of different activities that you can do while you're down there. And another activity is river rafting. If you want to beat the heat, you can go rafting down the vast and mighty Colorado River and enjoy the scenery going through the curves and the canyons that have been created by the Colorado River. In conclusion, I just want to recap what I've talked about, which is Delicate Arch. It's the well-known symbol of the state of Utah. Be prepared to go on the hike and enjoy the view once you get there. Second, there was jeeping. There's plenty of trails to choose from. You can be experienced or you can be beginners. There's all sorts of ranges of difficulty for the various trails, so you can pick one and go enjoy it. And there's plenty of other outdoor activities if you don't enjoy hiking or if you don't enjoy going off-roading. There's all sorts of things that you can do in Moab. It has plenty to offer. Moab is one of the most unique towns that the state of Utah has. I hope that my speech has encouraged you to make plans to visit Moab and enjoy the beautiful sights and the scenery that is available, that is there and that it provides.